Hey, what's up guys, this is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Astonishing X-Men Kitty Pryde and Marvel's Colossus, not to be confused with the other Colossus. And this is a 2-pack that's actually pretty good. I think the character selection is nice, I think the figures are executed well enough, and I think this is what Hasbro needs to do more often if they want to sell 2-packs successfly. However, the figures, well, they're not perfect, and we're going to review them because that's what we're doing here. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figures, I do want to show you my package. It's a pretty good package. It's slightly different styling since we have the new background and the character-specific logo here, so that's fine if you like that. Here's some artwork on the side that depicts shirtless Colossus sensually holding Kitty Pryde here, and that's a very weird choice for the package. Like, somebody at Hasbro just really into these two smushing or what? Because why is that on the box? Because it's not even the Colossus that's wearing clothes. That's just a strange choice. These photos make more sense, or images, and so do these. This one, I feel like somebody just got a thing for these two. I don't know. That's kind of strange for what are supposedly, according to many of the Hasbro's, kids' toys. But they're not kids' toys, so I don't care. Okay, so here we go. These guys, they are in stock at Big Bad Toy Store as of the time of filming. She stands about 6 1/4 inches, give or take, just a touch shorter than that. And he stands just about 7 7/8. He's pretty tall. Here he is up against Darwin. He's got some size, and she maybe is tall for, I think she's probably too big, honestly. But yeah, that's it. So we're going to look at her real quick first. We're going to do each section like normal, but I'll start with her. She's fine for an average run-of-the-mill Marvel Legends figure. Yeah, I think it's probably better than most. The upper torso sculpt is nice. She's shaped a little bit better. The rest of the figure is pretty damn plain and reused to oblivion. So there's that. She has kind of a big head and not a great face. Like, technically it's sculpted and painted well enough, but she looks like she could be asleep with her eyes open. So there's that. There's no paint in her hair. There's no paint on her hair tie. She still has a lollipop. The yellows don't match. Like, it's so Marvel Legends. There's a line going down the middle for the zipper. I guess that's fine. This paint is fuzzy. The X is crooked. Her hands are tiny. Her gloves are big and bulky. The paintwork down here sucks. Like, it is not a good figure by any means. If you repainted it and gave it a new head or just a better paint job, it'd be fine. But this is like a throwaway. It cost them very little to make this. It's not very good. It's fine if you're trying to fill a spot of this version of Kitty Pryde, I guess, but there's nothing especially good about this other than the chest sculpt is a little bit better. She's got giant knockers compared to most Marvel Legends, even though the rest of her body is relatively slender. So if you like that, you got that. Now, as far as Colossus here, he's pretty impressive. I'm going to say he's the best Colossus that has been put out other than the Toy Biz one from forever ago. I love that they actually did the shiny metal, because when Hasbro does the shiny silver paint jobs, it's great. Almost all of their metallic paint jobs are really, really nice. This makes him look so much better than not being super metallic, and that's really the only drawback on that old Toy Biz figure. He's not the one with the shoulder pads, though. I need a Colossus that has the shoulder pads and the knee things. That's actually a good figure. But he looks pretty darn good. We have a lot of actually molded plastic parts, so that there's good color separation for the red and yellow. The belt is clean. Like I said, the silver is there. There's no shading anywhere. The yellow paint down here sucks. So like, he could look a lot nicer, but generally speaking, he looks really good. Quick question for you guys. Do you guys have a big dimple in his tricep back here? Mine has a big spot just mushed in, which is unusual. So I'm wondering if you guys have that too, or if it's just me and my QC luck. Because obviously it's not supposed to be there. It's not there. And that's weird. But yeah, he's pretty darn good. I still think, like, they could get a lot closer to comic proportions, even though this is better than most they do by a lot. I'll Photoshop it for you guys so you can see how much better he would even look then. But he looks pretty darn good, especially for Marvel Legends. He's a standout for sure. So he looks great. So I will give him for Marvel Legends, a 9 out of 10. It's really, really nice. And for her, I'll give her, this is the aesthetic rating, she gets 6. It's not very good. The paints suck on it. Alright, now as far as accessories go, she gets an alternate head, which is okay. How old is she supposed to be at this point, by the way? Because this alternate head makes her look like she's about 50 with Botox. So there's that. You get the hands again, the tiny open hands, and then you get Lockheed. That's his name, right? It doesn't look very good. So there's that. All right, then for Colossus, you get the alternate head. That's pretty good. The teeth gritted head is nice. That's all right. And then you get the hands. That's fine. That's it for accessories. What the heck? What the heck? I mean, it's not like they just sold a figure with the giant barbell, right? Like, they could have included that. They have the mold. It wouldn't have cost them much, but the plastic and the runtime, so what the heck? For accessories, 5 out of 10 at best. That's generous, because screw them for not giving us more accessories. All right, let's do the articulation. We'll talk about hers first, because I'm guessing most people care less about her. Unpainted ponytail does swirl around, or spin around, so that's nice. The head is on a double ball peg with crap range, because Hasbro. All right, and then the shoulder pads are hard as heck PVC, so that's going to get in the way at some point. But bringing the arms up to the side, that works nicely. Rotating, immediately a problem. Like, she doesn't have to do much, of course, but she can't, so you don't have the choice. Bicep swivel is okay, double jointed elbows, okay. Her little tiny hands, they get rotation and hinges, of course. Her diaphragm joint is actually nice. It leans back, it's pretty stiff, but it does lean back pretty well, and it leans forward pretty well for being what it is. Of course, you need a second one down here for really good range, because that doesn't really give you much to do. Leaning to the side is also good, and then rotation. That's fine. Belt is floaty. Hips, we've seen these before at least 7,000 times at this point. They are hips. They do hippie type stuff without anything being particularly good or particularly bad. She does kick high. They are fine. Thigh swivel is a thigh swivel. Double jointed knee. Like I said, this figure is nothing special at all. The knee is a knee, and then the feet will feet. Or the ankles will ankle, I guess. She's fine. All right, Colossus here. Let's see how they did on Colossus. Well, we still have the hinge. So he's got limitations there. There's something stuck in his paint. I love that. Some human hair stuck in my paint job. That's great. All right, so yeah, he can't move his head a ton because it's the old type of joint. It'll be fine. Double ball peg would have been so much nicer, so that sucks. They gave him the type of joint that the McFarlane joints have, or Storm, or whatever else. Like, it's the ball peg on the inside with the cap, except virtually no range. Nothing. Just don't do it at that point. Why spend the budget on something that doesn't freaking work? Do you guys not test your stuff? Why is this cut out? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Why are you cutting chunks of his body away if it doesn't work? It's crazy. They go out to horizontal. That's fine. Of course, you're going to get your rotation. That's fine. Bicep swivel is there. Single jointed elbows. Let's see how they did. Single can be okay. If it'll even bend. Holy crap. Wow. All right. Yeah, they did him like Wolverine, so they get better than 90. That's okay, but his arms are actually a little bit stumpy, and they definitely could have just done a double joint. The bastards. The bastards. Oh, wow. His hands pop off so easily while I'm trying to move that. So you get rotation at the bicep and at the elbow because it's a single peg. Single joint with a peg. And then the wrists are still questionably, or the hands are questionably small still for Colossus. Last Colossus, was it the last one that had the super tiny hands? That might have been forever ago now. I can't remember. Yeah, they have a hinge and a peg. They're okay. Let's see if his torso works, because the shoulders sure as heck don't. Leans back barely. What the heck? Man. Hasbro, even when you try, you just don't try enough. It has enough range to say it's there, but it is super limited. He has a waist twist. Not what it should be, just a regular old school twist. Oh, goodness. Bringing the legs out to the side. That's pretty good. Almost splits, no real nuggets. That's fine. Bring the legs forward. They're okay. Not that great. They don't go back so far either. Thigh swivel is in there. That's fine. Double jointed knees. Oof. That's good. Proportioning is acceptable. That is about what it should be, so that is okay. As far as length goes, I would still make these bigger. I'll Photoshop it, like I said. And then the ankles, they go all the way back. His feet are huge all the way forward. Ankle rocker is okay. People like to say, well, big figures need bigger feet to balance. It's like, no. That makes it easier, sure. Like, if you glued a 2x4 to his feet, it'd be easier for him to stand. But you don't need that. If the feet are appropriately sized, it'll still stand. I know, because humans have feet that are fit for their body, and they can still stand up. An action figure is no different. They're not so disproportionately weighted in some way that they can't stand on normal-sized feet. He has gigantic feet. I mean, that's fine. They're not like, at least they're not shaped like Crocs, but you know, you could do comic style figures with comic style proportions and it would be able to stand. I promise it'll work. But yeah, he looks pretty good. He functions pretty well. I'll give his articulation, except for the shoulders and the torso and the neck and the elbow. He can have a 6 out of 10 for articulation. She's gonna get, she'll also get a 6 out of 10. It's Hasbro. Okay, time for the final rating on this 2-pack. In terms of ideas, this is a very good 2-pack. These two figures go together. People would probably want them both. Granted, I'm guessing most people want a new nice Colossus over Kitty Pryde, but it makes sense to put them together at least. And neither of them are egregiously bad or anything like that. She's couldn't be more average, and he couldn't be more underwhelming for how good he should have been, but he's still the best and definitely a solid figure. Like, there's nothing terribly wrong with him other than the shoulders don't work. But he could have been so much nicer for not even any more money, because they already cut the joints and things. So that's unfortunate. Well, maybe the elbows, they could have done doubles. That would have cost more. But yeah, you get my point. It's a fine 2-pack. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 overall. Colossus gets like an 8.5 overall. But since he's paired with this dud of a dud, I'm going to say the 2-pack's a 7 because you do have to buy them together. If you don't want this, which I'm sure there are at least some people out there, myself included, who I just don't care about Kitty Pryde. I don't need to complete teams. It's not something I'm concerned with. Some people are. Great, that's for you. I'm sure other people are like me and they don't care about teams. They just want a good Colossus figure. So you have to buy both. She's not impressive in any way, and he is in some ways, but not in others. So I'll give it, I gave you the rating already. He gets an 8.5. It's a 7 as a 2-pack. I'll be done there. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.